Well, as Delta cases surge across the country, many residents are looking to the government to help stop the spread through new restrictions and mandates.
But right here in Michigan, limited options are now available to our governor and other state leaders.
Back in October, Michigan Supreme Court ruled that a 1945 law repeatedly used by Governor Whitmer to respond to the pandemic was unconstitutional. Under that law, she instituted many controversial restrictions. Then in July, state lawmakers killed that law that gave the governor broad emergency powers.
And right now, 15 state legislatures, including Michigan, have passed or are working to pass measures to limit the authority of public health agencies. The amendments would impact the executive branch's decision-making in times of crisis. So what powers do local and state agencies actually have?
7 Action News reporter Simon Shaykat is going in depth tonight to find out.
Experts say many people are still struggling with whether or not to get a COVID-19 vaccination shot. And at the same time, we're asking what types of regulations could still be coming in the near future. For Metro Detroiters, the rise in cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant brings with it a wide range of emotions. Some fear the state now won't have the necessary power to limit exposure, while others insist we should avoid returning to additional restrictions.
I heard the governor say that her hands are tied, but I am becoming more cautious again about keeping a mask with me.
How would you feel about businesses having to reduce their hours, reduce their capacity yet again?
I wouldn't like it, so I would like everybody to do their part.
It seems we get farther and farther, deeper and deeper in this pandemic.
I think that people should be they're intelligent enough to make their own decisions.
You would be opposed to further restrictions?
Yes, I would.
While the state Supreme Court has limited power of the governor's emergency orders to 28 days before approval is needed from the state legislature, we've confirmed the following with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. In a statement, they say the legislature's decision to repeal the Emergency Powers of Governor Act has no impact on the Epidemic Order Authority. In recognition of the severe widespread harm caused by epidemics, the legislature has granted MDHHS specific authority dating back a century to address threats to the public like those posed by COVID-19. If the director determines that control of an epidemic is necessary to protect the public health, the director by emergency order may prohibit the gathering of people for any purpose and may establish procedures to be followed during the epidemic to ensure continuation of essential public health services and enforcement of health laws. At this time, there are not any plans to enact additional public health orders. This comes as a top expert at Beaumont Health issues this warning.
Delta variant is 225 times more likely to be infectious, contagious, from what the CDC is reporting based on the numbers.
With the city of Detroit still at a much lower rate of vaccination than the required 70% for herd immunity, Dr. Joel Fishbane says until more Detroiters and Michiganders get the vaccine shot, there's much more to worry about.
The Delta variant and the other variants came from continued replication of the virus and infection in the community. Variants and mutations are bound to occur. I'm concerned that the next variant might escape previous immunity and might escape vaccination.
In Detroit, we've also confirmed the health director still has authority to impose further restrictions if necessary to protect public health. However, neither the city, county, or state have announced any plans to require vaccination.
The choice is up to you, and we're counting on you, Detroit, to make the right decision to get your vaccine.
Beaumont's health expert also says future variants could be even more dangerous and contagious than the Delta variant, another reason he's urging people not to wait to get the shot. Simon Shaykat, 7 Action News.
Simon, thank you. And for a closer look at what types of restrictions and mandates that can be ordered by the state and what's considered unconstitutional, go to our website, WXYZ.com.